I went to go see Bombay Bicycle Club a few years ago, and Royal Canoe opened up for them. I remember it just like I was drunk and stoned, which I probably was. Have you ever heard of this band?
No, have you?
1 hour later. Fuck, that was amazing. Action. Royal Canoe has a knack for writing complex funk music. On their opener, they start with the guitar passage, and then the drums kick in, lyrically touching on what seems to be a take on social issues in the current climate of politics, eventually building up halfway in the song to an organized but chaotic tornado of instrumentation that pays off tremendously, carrying it into the elongated piano keys, having a similar effect to some of Radiohead's best songs. Black Sea instantly teleports you to another dimension, along with the chorus chanting, "Black Sea in the sunrise," being sung harmoniously. I love the guitar solo that's placed after the second chorus. It sounds like this guitarist is squeezing every last bit of sound out of these tightly wound strings. And the bass line on the verses dance adjacent to the drum rolls. The intro following is nice, but I don't think it was intended for the next song, which is Raise. Royal Canoe always manages to find the weirdest sounds that you think, I could never do anything with this, but they manage to make it work. Whoever the engineer and producer is deserves an award alone just for the work on this album. They mix the instruments so well, and they are so dynamic within themselves, but you can still hear every single layer vividly, and nothing gets washed out. May 17th starts off melodic and introspective, and then out of nowhere kicks in this combination of cold but bright instrumentation and vocal effects that come out of nowhere, then drop right back into the melody that eventually lead into a string section. The song gives me a feeling of combativeness which matches the lyrics, and I have to talk about Ashes, Ashes. It sounds like a bad Gorilla song, and the lyrics are corny and they make me cringe. Girl in My Dreams manages to use a boring song structure that's regularly used in music, but put a Royal Canoe twist on it, which manages to keep it fresh and digestible. After multiple listens of Waver, Peep This is still my favorite and most recommended track on the whole project. Instantly, you're caught in an endless wave of sound between the off-kilter percussion and bass washed with sustained keys. It never lets up even in the halfway point of the track. It just mellows out, but it has a strong finish, which leaves me in a daze. Spin cycle makes me feel uncomfortable. The horn samples feel awkward, almost like the beginning of a mushroom trip. But by the halfway point, they find a way to make everything feel more familiar and comfortable again. Like you easing into a trip, which mirrors the lyrics that on the surface are about taking drugs. 77 to 76 is a much slower paced song, but packs a lot of intent. The lead singer really displays his vocal range, which is unique within itself. His lyrics are often esoteric, which leave a lot to the imagination, but that's what I like about them. Closing the album, the song Don't sounds like a rough draft. The first 3.5 minutes sound like an idea, but the skeletons are left there, not fleshed out. And then the song fades, only to bring back a similar instrumentation, which I wish that they just used as an outro for the album, as opposed to trying to pass it off as a full song. Overall, from start to finish, I really enjoyed Waver. It showcased all of the members' talents without anyone taking the spotlight. It's original and invigorating to listen to a modern funk project that's unlike any other. And Royal Canoe continues to be innovative, which excites me for their future. I'm going to give Waver an 8 out of 10. And remember, keep it wavy. Cut.